see me? Okay, I'm going to sit then. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. This is the charter event for the Rotary Club of Sandy. So thank you. I want to say special thanks to a few people to start off. District Governor Jim Boyle. Thank you. Thank you. Online, we have District Governor-elect Steve Williams. Thank you for joining us online. Corey Leparty, new club advocate for Rotary Zones 26 and 27. Thank you. And Rob Sox, Assistant Governor for the Columbia River Region. Thanks, Rob, for being here. And for all of you, my name is Jared Jaden. I am the president of the club. I want to thank you all for joining our celebration tonight. It has been a bit of a long process. So I would say this all started almost 2 years to the date, I think, Diane. And actually a little before that. So a little how we came together. Sam and I, Sam Sarkissian, who is currently our treasurer, we were looking for a club that would help us serve the community of Sandy. And we had looked into a couple that didn't quite fit the need that we wanted. And so I reached out to my mom, who is Sue Piazza. She's a Gresham Rotarian, and asked her, hey, who can I look to for some help in starting a Rotary Club out in Sandy? And she got me Diane's information, and about 2 years ago, Diane, Sam, and I sat at Starbucks, and we hashed this plan out to start a Rotary Club of Sandy. And then COVID hit. And so we got locked down. I don't think we spoke for about 60 days, about 2 months before we got back in touch together, and then started the process to really get this back up and going. And so it's been a journey so far, but we've got a long ways to go. Jim, would you like to come up and say a few words?
Jared, thank you very much. It's been an absolute privilege to watch the process that's gone on. It has been almost 5 years, believe it or not, since a Rotary Club, a new Rotary Club, has started in District 5100. So there's a lot of people here, Jared, that are pulling for you and all the new members of your club. We're excited about seeing where this goes and what it can develop into. Diane Noriega, I can't thank you enough for your efforts behind this. It's been amazing. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. You know, you'll find as Rotary Clubs that there's so many different paths we can take. But tie-in service into your community will create lasting partnerships, great relationships. Most people, believe it or not, joined Rotary so they can do service and or network. You will find, though, that when you have Rotary in your heart and you are conducting service for the community and the impact lives of others, that you will create friendships that will last forever. And I wish that for you and everyone in your club, Jared. Thank you very much. I'd like to invite Corey, if you'd be so kind. Corey, I should give you a little background on him. Come on up, buddy. You know how you can't be a prophet in your own land? Honestly. So there was a time when I was a membership chair, and we were having a membership meeting. And Corey was the membership chair for District 5020. And we had Corey to come down and talk to our membership chairs. And Corey was kind enough to come all the way from Tacoma to talk. And all of a sudden, Corey became absolutely the wizard. So he is the guy in charge. Now he's helping us out. Raven, who is Raven Russell Brown. Do I have that? Raven Walsh. She got married, so excuse me, I know her differently, but she is our Grow Rotary chair, and now she is just had a child, a newborn, and so Corey's kind enough to step in and help us out. So what we'd like to do today is we'd like to present, Jared, if you'd come on up. We'd like to present you with the charter. Would you hold this, please? You know what? Jared, put on your best smile as you usually do. Hey, Lisa, how many need? You? I could see that. That was pretty good. Thanks. Hey, congratulations on behalf of District 5100. Thank you for being the leader in this group. Thank you for doing everything that you do for Rotary, and most appreciative for guiding this club and where it can go in the future. Thanks. Corey, would you like to say a couple of words of encouragement?
I'd love to. So thank you for having me here tonight to be here for this most exciting time. I love starting new Rotary clubs because it brings new people into Rotary. And my understanding is that this new Rotary club is bringing 17 new members into Rotary, which is awesome. I've already met my new friend Maggie and my new friend Riley, who's not quite in Rotary yet, but she's pretty cool. And I'm excited to be here. I think if the Rotary Club of Sandy continues having events like this in the area, they may have to change the name because this is exciting Oregon, and as far as I'm concerned, there's nothing boring about being here. I noticed that you had service above self up here on your sign. That is Rotary's slogan, service above self, and Jim talked about service, and service is super important. But one of the things about service that I like to remind people is we often talk about serving the community and the opportunity to serve. But what Rotarians sometimes forget is that they're often waiting for the opportunity to serve. And serving and serve is an active thing, right? When we serve someone food, it's active. When you serve a tennis ball, it's active. And service to your community needs to be active as well. And so I implore you, in the words of Paul Harris, who started Rotary, Rotary changes us and those who we serve. And I believe that we can change a life and we can change the world. And so I encourage you to be that light and that spark of hope in someone else's life and get out there and serve your community.
Thank you, Corey. Rob, I'm going to invite you to come up.
Careful, it's a former pastor. You may want to hold them up.
Are you suggesting that I'm like an old shoe, the last thing to wear out's my tongue? I would like to invite now Club President from the Central East Portland Club, Jim Walker, and Terry Neisel. You've got a presentation to make to this new Sandy Rotary Club that will be very beneficial to all concerned.
Is this the right way? I've never done this before.
So who's going to do the speaking, Terry or Jim?
Jim. No, me first.
Okay.
I want to be first to speak because Terry does a much better job than I do.
Jim, could you tell them what we're giving them, though?
Yes, we are giving you a wonderful, wonderful four-way test. And we recite that four-way test every club meeting. Now, let me tell you, Jim Boyle, will you close your, okay. We add a fifth test in here. First of all, the four-way test, is it the truth?
Let's repeat it together.
Okay, let's start it. The four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. First, is it the truth? Second, is it fair to all concerned? Third, will it build goodwill and better friendship? And fourth, will it be beneficial concern? And
fifth, will it be fun?
That's right. That's what we do. So I'm going to turn this over to Terry. He's a much better speaker than I am. Thank you. Thank you.
I really have not very much to add. However, between the two of us, we've got 70 years in Rotary. And the fact of the matter is, you might think us either foolish or addicted, one of the two. And the fact of the matter is, we're addicted. What we're addicted to is this remarkable combination of fellowship between people who wish to do good things for other folks. And it is addictive, and it's great, and we both love it, and we're very glad, Jared, to be here in support of you and the club. Thank you so much.
So Jared, there are 6 other sister clubs in the Columbia River region that are going to be partnering with you. We want you to know, call on us. We have wisdom among ourselves. We also have some expertise. And if you can't find it among us as a club, then you hound your assistant governor. Thanks.
Thank you, Rob. Very good. So at this time, I'm going to go ahead and open it up, and don't feel obligated, but if you are coming from another club, Rotary Club, and you want to give us any kind of words of advice or, anything in general, wish us luck, I'm inviting anyone who would like to do that to come up here at this time.
Howdy, everybody. I'm Brandon, Tiger Breakfast Rotary Club, and I started at the Rotary Club of Seaside back in 2015. Yay! And I think that we're at a pivotal point where Rotary is changing and changing for the better. So don't be afraid to be different. Don't be afraid to try something new, break the mold. I think Rotary is changing from what it used to be back in the day to something that can be super great for our communities and attracting those younger professionals into Rotary. So don't stick to the traditions because they're traditions. Have fun, do good service, and be seen and visible in our community. And don't be afraid. If you're a Rotarian in this club, you're a Rotarian in every club. Just because you're a Rotarian in Sandy doesn't mean you can't go to Portland. I've crashed fundraisers at the Gresham Rotary selling raffle tickets. I've gone to the coast. I mean, just go crash them, go have fun, and don't be afraid to get involved.
Anyone else?
Hi, everybody. I'm Barbara Crozier, and I'm with the Rotary Club of Camas-Washougal. And I joined in 1995 after a friend said, hey, why don't you come to a meeting? And I was looking for something to do. At that time, I had absolutely no idea that Rotary would totally change my life and that of my husband, Tom. I only want to tell you a couple of things. When I started in that club, I barely could speak up in a small meeting. And through the opportunities of just brags and fines and prides and all of that, I gradually realized that I could actually talk in front of a group. And over the years, many years, I became an assistant governor like Rob. And then in 2010-11, I was district governor. And again, in 2015-16, I was governor again. But the thing about being district governor, you do a whole ton of things. One of the things you do is you have to stand up in front of every Rotary Club in the district and give a speech. And I tell you, back in 1995, I never would have thought I could do that. And I'm not very good at it now either, but I tell you, Rotary has changed my life and Tom. And we've been all over the world at different international conventions, and it's just been great.
I do. I got one from Renee Browse.
Okay.
I'm going to get feedback here. So Renee Browse, the district governor-elect, says, be flexible but be creative. Have an action plan that will help guide you and your club and community. That's that.
So this has been an incredible journey, one that I think I dreamed about with my late husband, Carlos, many years ago. And to see it come to fruition tonight is incredibly moving for me. And I'm so proud that this club is taking off and is going to be doing wonderful things here. And I'm so happy to be part of it. I now have a Rotary Club in my community. However, I'm going to take you back and tell you a story about how I first heard about Rotary. So this is long ago and far away. I was living in Sacramento, working at Sacramento State University, and I was put in a new position created as an associate dean of community projects. I had no idea what that was. So I'm supposed to organize all of the superintendents from school districts, the presidents of the community colleges, the chancellors of the university, to come together and do something. So I had the higher education part. That wasn't a problem. I knew everybody. And I knew the school districts because I was a teacher trainer. So I'd been in all school. But the community, the business community, was supposed to be part of this. I had no idea where to start. So I went back to the president of the university and I said, Don, you've got to help me. I don't know where to go first. Should I go to the chambers? And he goes, nah, you know what? Go to the downtown Rotary Club. I think that's a good place to start. Okay. So I called up, got a hold of the president, and he said, in great Rotary fashion, why don't you come and be our speaker next week? Yeah, sound familiar. So I went, and remember, this was in the late 80s. So I walk in, it's a lunch club, a huge club. The downtown Rotary was like, several hundred people, all men. So I walk in the room and I'm looking around. Yeah, it's like, I didn't know what this was about, right? The only woman was a little old lady playing the piano in the back while they sang a couple of patriotic songs. Then they were doing, happy dollars and sad dollars, and I was clueless. I thought, who are these people? But I was there, I had a job to do, so I got up and I made my pitch. And what I said was, we're concerned about at-risk youth in the schools, the kids that aren't graduating, and the kids who have potential, but they're at risk of dropping out, and we're gonna lose them. And so we want to figure out something by putting together our heads together. The university people, the K-12 people, community college people, and business people, to figure out a way that we could save some of these kids. Polite applause. I go back to my office. Thank God that's over. And maybe a couple of days later, I get a phone call. Hi, this is Dave, president of Rotary downtown. Oh, hi. And he said, you really got us thinking, and we have this idea. We want to call it Jobs in College for At-Risk Youth. I went, well, that's okay. I'm getting it, So he said, this is what we want to do. Our Rotarians would like to be mentors to at-risk youth, but we don't know where to start with the schools. Can you help us find out who the at-risk youth are? I got that covered. So he said, awesome. So we want at-risk youth with potential. Okay, we'll go for the potential. 2, these businessmen are going to offer these kids paid internships in their offices. Paid internships. Not doing coffee and copies, but actually learning what the business is about and what it would take to be a financial advisor or a university professor or a travel agent or whatever it might be. And I went, that's awesome. I was so impressed. But wait, he says, there's more. Whatever they earn during this internship, we're going to bank it for them. And if they graduate from high school, are able to get into college, 2-year, 4-year, it doesn't matter, they will get that money as a scholarship to get them started. it still gives me chills because I thought, I don't care if these guys are going to sing songs and do funny, sad dollars, and they're really focused on doing good. And they did. They did. And it was one of the most successful things in that early part of my career was with Rotary. And the rest of the story is that I was on a shuttle bus at an international convention in Sydney, Australia. And we all introduced ourselves, you know, so I meet this gentleman, and I said, so where are you from? He says, I'm from Sacramento Rotary Club. The downtown club? Yeah, the downtown club. I said, you know what? That was my first exposure to Rotary. I went in and talked to them about the, you know, jobs in college. He smiled and he said, one of the best things we've ever done. And guess what? It's still going. That's why I'm here.
From the interwebs, from Janine Murrell, our incoming district governor in I keep losing track. District Governor Designee. Janine Murrell says, hi to Rob Sachs, AG for this new club in Sandy. Congratulations, Rotary Club of Sandy, Oregon. From Rotary Club of Forest Grove to Rotary Club of Sandy, good luck and enjoy the adventure.
Thank you. Yeah, come on. That about covers the whole metro area, Forest Grove to Sandy.
There we go. Hi back there. Oh, you're so good. Nancy Boyle, Westland Rotary Club. I'm Westland Satellite. And I follow around the district governor a lot. A lot.
I've been told you're God.
Yeah, some people say I'm the governor's official driver, so I'm God. So that's pretty good. But I have to tell you, I fell in love with Rotary before I ever joined. Jim and I had the opportunity to go to the UK, and we were spending some time over in Ireland, and then we were going to go to England, and we went to an international in Birmingham. Now, I'm a social worker by my career. My husband's been a businessman, and I'd always thought, what are we going to do in our retirement? A social worker and a businessman. I walked into the House of Friendship at the International Convention, and there were people from all over the world with all sorts of different native dress, and there were projects about water, about economies, about, you know, children and literacy, and my mind was totally blown. So even though you guys are just a new club and some of you are brand new, the next international is this June in Houston. You could, well, I guess you could drive there, but you could get there really easy. And I would not miss it for the world, because what you can do in your community is immense. I mean, this past week, what happened with the clubs putting together money for Ukraine happened just regular people just making it happen. And what people do in their communities, Jim and I have traveled around the whole area, sorry, and we've seen amazing playgrounds, and we've seen just all sorts of projects that are just mind-blowing that people just went and did. And you're part of an international community that does things in countries where people can't always help themselves. So go to international. It will blow your mind, and it's amazing. And I think that's all I've got.
Thank you, Nancy. So next, what I have for us, it's not in the program, but I thought we'd do this. So if you are a chartering member of the Sandy Rotary Club, come on up. And we will get a picture together up here. So come on, Lisa, Sam. I'll give that to you. They got the lights, so let's try to all get under the lights. Oh. Yeah.
No mistakes. This is really nice.
Put me to the back. Way to the back. That's where they like to keep me.
You know, DJ, you're always doing it, trying to just try to get
Okay, I stuck my head out. I'm here.
You got it.
Got it? Okay, good.
Everybody say Sandy.
Sandy. All right. Thank you.
Good job on you too.
There you go.
Still on. Brandon.
Yes.
Yes.
I'd like to segue on what
Yeah. Go ahead.
What did I tell you about the monkey?
Right.
I'd like to segue on
You
a
got
few
5
things that have been said. First of all, those of you who have become charter members of the Sandy Rotary Club have an opportunity for a drawing at the One Conference in Seaside this coming May. If you go out and encourage and invite a new member to join before that conference, your name as a sponsoree of a new Rotarian will help send you. You will have a chance to be drawn from those who have already sponsored new members in our district. That's the first thing I want to do. Second, I don't know. Jared, what's your agenda look like? Have you going to bring up Tom for anything yet?
No.
I would like to bring up, because one of the reasons why I joined Rotary was first to network, then I found out I had a fellowship, but this word international just made my heart tingle. That for the last 3 days I've been sitting on a chair lift at Mount Hood Meadows and telling anybody and everybody who will listen to me of what District 5100 clubs have been doing. So Tom Crozier, would you please come up and let everyone know here and on Facebook what we have done in response to the situation that's going on halfway around the world.
Thank you, Rob. So last week, Chris Akins from the Rotary Club of Portland Metro contacted me, and she was interested in seeing if they could put together a district grant to help the folks in Ukraine. And I suggested that she draft the grant and then contact other clubs in the district to see if they would like to participate. If you do a district grant, you can have up to $2,000 match of funds from our district designated funds. And we had about $30,000 of unused funds at that time. She contacted them. They signed off on the grant today. They had, last I heard, 28 clubs, and I think there's a couple of others that may have come in after that. We were able to contribute $29,000 of our district designated funds as matches. The total amount that Jim put out in an email today that I saw was $116,000. So that will be going. The connection between Portland Metro and a club in Poland is that Portland Metro founded that club 6 years ago. And they have a member, ZB, and I'm not going to pronounce his last name. Yeah, right. And ZB is headed over to Poland, to this city where he grew up and where they founded the club next month. And they will have the money from our district. Rotary International is also putting together an international grant that they're planning to send over at the end of April. So if you didn't get a chance to contribute to this one, you can contribute to RI. That will count toward a Paul Harris Fellowship. And it's a tremendous opportunity to serve Rotary and help the folks in Ukraine, and to help the folks in Poland help the folks in Ukraine, because they are being inundated with refugees. So thank you.
Thank you, Tom. Well, thank you everybody for joining us tonight. That is going to conclude our program, but those of you that are here, oh, hold on. Somebody get a timer, because we're going to have to time this guy with a mic too.
Okay. You want me to hold your, DJ, you want me to hold your
No, I don't trust you. Is that the truth?
All right.
I'm not going to let him close the meeting out quite now. I just wanted to thank Jared, Sam, Diane, for everything you've done to put this club together, and Sandy. And listen, Diane, I know this has been a dream of yours for many, many years, so this is a long-term commitment you got here, and we're just at the beginning. We're just starting. I don't know about the rest of you members, but I'm excited to get this club going. Hearing about what the community, this entire Rotary community has done to help out the refugees is exciting at an international level. And to be honest with you, I was thinking much more at a community level. But when you see today's news and what's going on, that's an incredible accomplishment. And I want to get this club, as soon as possible, to be able to help out in those kind of commitments around the world and in our community. So we just need to get this thing rolling, and I'm ready to go to work. I don't know about you guys, but let's get this thing moving.
Thanks, DJ. Thank you again, everybody who's come out tonight. I know we have Corey from Olympia and all, from all over the place here, and Seaside. Brandon, do you live out there? Okay, so you're closer, but still quite a drive from here. So thank you, everybody, for coming. Stay as long as you'd like. We still have the charcuterie boards there, still have food on them.
Thank the people on Facebook.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Thank you.
It won't tell me exactly. Let's see who's coming. Hold on, I gotta find it. So online, we have Renee Browse, our district governor-elect, nominee. We have Jessica Love, who will hopefully be one of the newest Rotarians in my club, joining us. We had Janine Murrell. I saw Tom Marcos comment in there, past district governor. We had Steve Williams. Terry Hatfield commented at some point, but we had about 11 to 12 people join in online, so good to have that.
Yes. Thank you. Okay, enjoy. Thank you, everyone.